Anyway, I feel very strongly about this, clearly. So this is why I've given up on, like, other humans.
It's LeahMouseVlog, LeahMouseVlog, it's LeahMouse's vlog.
Hey y'all, we're doing a thing. Yeah, I gotta remove the hair, as always. You guys can't even see it when there's schmutz on the thing, but I can see it. And it bothers me. Okay? So it is the dead-ass middle of the night, yet again, and here I am on this lovely fall evening. Well, it's not evening, it's about 2 in the morning, but you know. I got the window open in the bedroom there, there's a nice cool breeze coming in. It's wonderful, it feels good, feels cold, feels spooky. And it's been a while since I've had fall hair. Man, I'm getting old, I just move wrong and I pull all kinds of muscles out of place. Man, it's not fun getting old, guys. It started with the gray hair. I blame the gray hair. It all started here. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Oh boy. But anyway, my hair needed re-dyed. As you can see, it sorely needs re-dyed. And I was gonna do like the red and the black again, and I was like, wait, it's the spooky season. And I haven't done the spooky season hair in quite a bit. So I rooted through my hair dye collection, and it's quite extensive. I've got some Sunset Orange by Arctic Fox here. Wrath by Arctic Fox. I'm thinking maybe I could do like red at the roots because I'm like concerned about, I don't want to bleach it this time. So I'm concerned about, even though my hair's gray, like it doesn't always pick up color, which doesn't make any sense to me. Why am I blurry? Thank you. And I really would be concerned about the orange picking up on the roots. So I'm thinking if I do like a red at the roots, you know, and fade down into orange, it might be all right. Yeah, I pronounce things weird. Okay, I have lived so many places, okay, and picked up so many different accents. Whatever comes out of my mouth now is like a mishmash of everything. So I say orange, I say roots. That's a specific North Dakota thing I've noticed. People say roof and roots. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that, but it comes out of my mouth nonetheless. There's nothing I can do about it. And of course we have the black, which is the cheapo Revlon Color Silk black, which I swear by, and stop it! I've sworn by for years. I think I've literally been using this brand for my black 100% of the time since like 2003, I think. Like, it's been over 20 years, and I'm never straying from this because it's cheap, it smells good, it works, and it's wonderful, so why not? I think I did use the Arctic Fox. I did use the Arctic Fox black once and I wasn't very happy with it. I don't remember why though, but I remember going, nah, Arctic Fox is good, y'all, but you dropped the ball on this one. So the reason that you're over here, first of all, is because I got tired of hair dyeing videos with like my boring, like plain back wall with the towel thing right behind me, because like we're obviously in the bathroom, you know. I mean, I can look in the mirror right here and see what I'm doing, but like the view is gross for you guys. It's like stupid and boring. It's just like we're in a bathroom, hey, there's a towel. Woohoo. And I mean, I got like a spooky background, you know, and it's cool. Like I got all my Halloween crap in my bathroom with the decor and the shower curtain and stuff. Plus it's just easier to have it on the tripod out of my way, like not right in front of me, because like the camera will be right in front of me, right? I'm doing my hair and I'm like, I gotta see in the mirror, I gotta look around the camera. You're in my way. You can see what I'm doing, but I can't see what I'm doing. That's a problem. So I don't know how this is gonna work. Y'all are gonna be over here and it's gonna be awkward. Why? Okay, if it goes in and out of the focus, I'm sorry, it's just being a real crap bag, and I still haven't figured out how to lock the focus on this camera, and it doesn't matter anyway because I'm gonna be moving around, so yeah. Alright, so I need to get started. Ugh. For the time being, I am going to face you because you're pretty and I want to look at you while I do this. Oh yeah, I should probably take my bracelets off. This is my super cute little mouse bracelet that I made in like 7th grade, and my mom just recently sent it to me in the mail because I lost it at her house one time and she recently found it. So she sent it to me and it's wonderful. It just says mouse. Made it in 7th grade, had it forever. And this one obviously is the beautiful diamond bracelet that JJ got me a couple of Christmases ago, and I will cherish it forever. It's beautiful. And I definitely don't want to get hair dye on it, so we're gonna put it over there. Man, my hair is mangy. Oh, that's cute. I could be like a farm girl. I'm gonna go shuck some corn, and then I'm gonna play the banjo, and then I'm gonna ride some horses through the hayfield. I haven't even had any coffee. In fact, I just woke up from a nap. Yay, cortisol. Oh boy, it's gonna be hard and annoying to try to section this off. This is another reason I was avoiding this. I was like, you know, re-sectioning this off the way that I had it with the colors is gonna be such a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna make you sit through that. I'm just gonna have to, it's gonna take me like an hour probably to figure out how to section this off. So we'll be right back after these messages and then we'll get started. And we're back. Yeah, so what I decided to do this time, I don't actually remember how I did this last time. I don't remember the sequence, but this is how I'm doing it this time so I don't lose my steam. Instead of sectioning it all off ahead of time, I just went ahead and did my front bangs first, since I think that's what I'm gonna dye first, and then I can do it, let it cook on top of my head for a little bit while I section off the rest and do the rest. And I'm gonna do the orange underneath and then the black, and you know, continue on from there. Speaking of spooky stuff, have y'all checked out the new Halloween candles on underworldconnection.com yet? Uncomfortable stare while unnecessarily brushing. Yeah, seriously, go check out the new Halloween candles. They're awesome, and I could, you know, really use that right now, because that would be nice. Anyway, I'm gonna start with the sunset orange down here, and I figured, this is rude, I'm sorry, you can't even see me. I figured it was a good time to do this because the red is really faded, you know, and I, from my experience with lots and lots and lots and lots of candle making and color combinations and stuff, plus I've dyed my hair about 1 billion times. With the red underneath, I figured bleaching wouldn't be necessary because if you have a little bit of red underneath and you add orange to it, boom, you get like cool orange. I don't know. It works in the wax pot, so we'll see if it works on the hair. I don't know. I've never tried this before. Usually I just bleach everything out and start over, but I'm old and I can't be doing that to my hair anymore. You know what I'm saying? Instead of squeezing directly on like I normally do, I'm literally just gonna dump this into the bowl. Ooh. Dude, that looks awesome. Looks like butternut squash soup. And I know because I had some recently. This is a really nice brand. It's called Yes something. They make really good soups. They make these little sip cups. That's about the best way I can explain it. It's self-explanatory. I saw them at the grocery store and I was like, oh, these could be cool, you know, just this little cuppy thing, you know, you stick it in the microwave, it's got a lid on it with like a little sip hole, you know, you can sip it straight from the little cup. I'm like, that's cool. Of course, I don't do that because I'm at home when I make them, so I just dump them in a bowl anyway. But it's nice because it's not like an entire can of soup, because I never have enough stomach room for an entire can of soup. Plus, canned soup, and well, soup in general, but especially canned soup, is loaded with sodium. Sodium ain't great if you like don't want to be fat and stuff. I don't particularly care about that. I just, you know, it makes me feel bloated. I don't like how sodium makes me feel bloated. It makes me uncomfortable and I feel pregnant even though I'm absolutely not. I can make my peace with being fat. I will definitely be fat if I get to eat donuts and cake and stuff, but for sodium, no, I won't compromise myself for sodium. I like those little soups. That's where that was going. Oh my god, my hair is getting in my mouth and I'm not appreciating it. I gotta turn and look in the mirror, I'm so sorry. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm really hoping for the best here, obviously. I trust my own judgment at this point. I have done this enough times that I'm pretty confident in what will work versus what won't work, and honestly, if I don't like it, whatever. It's not like I go anywhere or do anything. It's not like I have a life, you know, so it doesn't really matter at this point. Uh-oh, 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 I got orange on the gloves and a hair in my mouth. I got a lot of black strands in here by accident. I thought I sectioned it off pretty well, but it's so hard, dude. It's so hard to get the sections perfect, you know. It's just every little damn strand, you know, is just like, whee! I want to be included. And I'm like, no, you're not welcome here. You're part of the other section. And it's like, but it's just a big dramatic event and I'm not having it. You guys remember that video I made where I dyed my hair orange in the driveway? I don't know what I was thinking. It was fun though. Oh god, this brush is so awful. It's just, I can hear it snagging all my hair and just ripping it to shreds. This is why I don't normally use a brush, because these brushes are crap. They're just like so coarse. They just grab my hair and pull it apart, and it's just a big dumb. God, stop ripping my hair apart, you stupid brush. Okay, screw you, you're fired. The roots are on fire. Well, they will be once I put the red hair dye on them. Oh god. I gotta wipe this off my forehead before it gets worse. It's just irritating me. My hair is getting all up in my face and it's being stupid. Okay, and this brush is just ripping it to pieces. All right, I'm going in with the finger. We're going in with the finger because I'm tired of that brush pulling my hair out. And we just put it back on my forehead. Oh my god. This is not going how I wanted it to at all. I'm pretty sure I got most of the spots that I wanted to get. Okay, I want to go all the way up to the roots, but we're gonna... Roots! Roots! Remember your roots in Ohio! The word is roots, not roots. I don't know why people say it like that here. It's so weird. Okay, so now that I have ripped out most of my hair from that brush, I am going to take my Wrath color. It's more of a magenta, I think, than a red, so it'll be interesting. And we're gonna put that directly on the roots. Hey, I said it right. Gently with my finger. Gonna rub it in gently with my finger and then just sort of blend it down in. Weirdly, this is kind of like painting. I discovered this once when I was doing, what are the kids calling it? The ombre? I don't know. Once I get to the part where the colors overlap, I have to do this little like thing so that it's not just like a harsh cutoff line. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Follow me for more random 2 a.m. I don't know what the f I'm doing hair tutorials. This is probably gonna look terrible and I'm probably gonna regret like not planning this better or executing it better or whatever, but this is how I roll, y'all. I don't want to miss any root spots this time because last time I kind of did, and like I had this weird little like splotch of gray out of nowhere and I was like, ew, that's incorrect. I didn't want to do that. And I swear to God, if that blends with my roots and makes like a pink because it doesn't hold well, I'm gonna be pretty mad. All right, I hope that orange took well enough. So now I'm going to do a bundle and a boodle and a swivel and a twisty and just sort of clip this on top of my head. Ooh, it's wet, ew. I hope this doesn't turn red just because it's touching the red. Slippery gloves, ow. So now I gotta wipe off my head again. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, orange underneath. It's gonna be fun, you don't wanna miss it. And I'll tell another random story that has nothing to do with anything. So, speaking of autism, we're just gonna dump this right from the bottle this time because my hair is so staticky right now, it's kinda killing me. Oh, I completely missed my hair and just put it all over my hand. That's fantastic. All right, excuse me, boy. Rude. Actually, is this like a better spot for you guys to sit for this? I mean, really, like you have the vantage point, you know what I mean? Like I'm looking that way, but you're seeing what's happening like right front row, front and center, you know what I'm saying? So I think maybe I will just fast forward through this and play some fun music and you can have a good time while I have a good time and we don't even have to talk. Okay, it's like turning purple, and I'm not in focus, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's like turning purple at the roots, and it's confusing me. I know you guys probably can't see that, but I don't know in what world faded red plus orange equals purple, but whatever. So have y'all watched that new Netflix series, Devil in Ohio? Yeah, we definitely binged it the day that it came out because obviously Ohio. That's my hometown, home turf, homegrown, home slice. And I was like, this sounds awesome. And it was actually pretty good. We enjoyed it a lot. My only problem was that like in the first couple of episodes, it might have even just been the first one, but it was definitely early on. And then they kind of dropped it because, yeah, it got old really fast. They were super overselling the "we're in Ohio" thing because they were talking about Ohio State like a bunch, and everybody had like Ohio State merch and everything, like everywhere, like the shirts, the posters, like stuff around the house and everything, and they kept talking about Ohio State. And I was like, oh my God, like we get it, you're in Ohio. And then they were talking about the Amish, and then they were talking about like shooting bucks, you know, like going hunting and shooting bucks and like something else. But yeah, they were just like super like hammering home we're in Ohio. And I was like, it's like when people make movies about something that took place in a, you know, a decade gone by, like a nostalgic decade or whatever. It's like, dude, when you're living in it, the cliches are there, yes, but they're not as prevalent as you're making them out to be. Like, you know, when you see a movie about the 80s, they just like go ham with like, hey, we're in the 80s, and they make all these pop culture references and like all the decor and like the slang and everything. It's like, yes, we get it, you're in the 80s and you want to like make that really, really apparent, but like the 80s weren't even like this. Like they weren't even that self-aware at the time, you know. So like living in Ohio, are people obsessed with Ohio State? Yes, they absolutely are, and it's ironic because the series Devil in Ohio is about a cult. Ohio State is a freaking cult. Trust me, I know, I went there. And anytime you mention Ohio State to anybody who went there and like who graduated, I got out just in time, by the way. The Kool-Aid didn't make it, you know, far enough into my veins to affect me. But yeah, seriously, if you mention Ohio State to anybody who went there, oh boy. And especially if you have anything bad to say. Like when I told people that I left Ohio State because college wasn't for me, and they were an Ohio State alum, I swear to God, their eyes turned red. Like they got so mad and they were like, you left Ohio State? Why would you do that? People are adamant about Ohio State, but I mean, like, they don't talk about it all the time. They just kind of, it's just kind of everywhere you look. You see it in all the shops, and like, you know, occasionally you'll see people wearing the merchandise, but it's usually like, you know, around game time or whatever. But like people, you know, they don't walk around just constantly talking about Ohio State like they did in that series, and they don't constantly walk around talking about hunting or Amish or whatever the heck else they were doing. But yeah, it was just so funny to me as an Ohio native how much they just like drove the point home. I'm like, yes, we get it, you're in Ohio, okay, take it down a notch. Okay, I think this came out pretty okay on this side. I can't really see if I missed a spot or not, but I'm gonna go back in, you know, with the red on the top roots part. Yeah, I can't see anything, and that's the funny part. You guys can. I can't. I don't know what's going on over here. So I hope that I got everything adequately. I don't know. So we're gonna grab our, oh! So we're gonna take the wrath, and I'm just gonna do that on my fingers and just go along the root edges and just sort of do the blendy blend. I have no idea how this is gonna come out. It's probably gonna look terrible, but again, whatever. Fun times. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side by myself, and we'll take a break, and when we come back, black. I really don't know how this is gonna turn out. I'm nervous. Okay, so now I'm gonna do black. This is hard because I've got this bit sectioned off in the back, and then I've got this bit sectioned off in the front, and I'm having to like work around it all weird like. You guys can probably see better than I can, and y'all are probably like rampantly pointing out a spot like, ah, you missed the spot, you missed the spot. Well, I can't see it and I can't hear you because you are in fact in my future, and I am in fact in your past. So that's not gonna work, unfortunately. And honestly, I don't really care that much. Although last time I was like all diligent. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta do this right. I gotta section this off perfectly. I gotta bleach it out. I gotta get every little bit. And this time I'm just like, whatever. It's 2 AM and I don't care. Okay, I gotta do this black now. I don't know how I did this last time. I honest to God don't remember. Well, this is how I'm doing it this time, so I guess this is just what we're gonna have to do here. Insert obvious cousin it joke or the grudge joke or the ring joke here. So y'all got any good plans for Halloween this year? I don't. We might hand out candy to trick-or-treaters. I think that's about it though. I gave up on the whole Halloween party thing just because I was so incredibly let down that one year, a couple years ago here, that I tried to have it and like nobody showed up, and the people who did show up just got drunk, and that was it. It wasn't even a Halloween party. It was just like Tuesday night at a bar in North Dakota. So I don't feel like going through that again. Oh, we got a pumpkin going here. It just crushed me too much, you know, and it's a shame how people can really just ruin something for you, you know? Like, I don't get how people can be so, I don't want to say selfish, because I don't want to call like the people in our lives selfish. It's not really selfish. It's not really self-absorbed. It's not flippant. It's not, you know, oblivious. I don't know exactly what to call it, but inconsiderate, that's a good word. We're gonna go with inconsiderate. I don't know how people can be inconsiderate, where they say that they're gonna come to some event or whatever, and then they don't. They just straight up don't show up. They don't even tell you. They don't even have the decency to make up an excuse. You know me, like we talked about this in my pajama talk video. I want directness. Ow, God, not from the bathroom sink, jeez. I want directness, you know? I just want to know what's going on. I hate this like saving face, lying, dancing around it, ghosting bullshit, you know? If you don't want to come to my Halloween party, just tell me. Just say, you know what? I actually would rather go out drinking that night, or I'm gonna go do something else, or whatever. Just tell me so that I know, you know? It hurt my feelings way more when I thought people were coming and they just straight up didn't show up. Like, that crushed me. That absolutely crushed me and sent me into this place where I don't even want to have a Halloween party anymore. I don't even want to try because like people suck, you know? But if people would have just been like, you know what? I can't make it. I don't care. Like, you're not required to like, you know, do anything just because I invited you. Like, just tell me so that I can plan accordingly, and that can be it. Like, I just don't understand. Yeah, it just completely ruined it for me. And I know that there are some people who would come. Like, I know that Andy and her fellow would come. They would be cool about it and they'd get into it. Like, I know that. And I know that Mandy and Tyler and their kid would come. They were the ones I was talking about in the last video, where they have that super awesome kid, Thomas. I know they would come, or at least I think they would. And if they didn't, I would understand, you know, and I would trust them to actually be honest about it if they couldn't come for whatever reason. You know, I know that they would have a good time and they would get into it and stuff, you know, and that's fine and that's great. But the thing of it is, the rest of the people who may or may not come, I kind of would count on them to ruin it. And that's sad. That's like really sad that there are actually people that I can 100% count on to ruin something. And by ruin it, I mean just completely disregard like the fun that I would like to have or the fun that I would like to provide. Like, you know, if I tell you what kind of event it's going to be, like, you know, it's going to be a Halloween party. We're going to have games. You're supposed to be in costume and it's supposed to be fun, and we're going to like do fun activities or, you know, stuff like that. That's fine. And like, if that doesn't sound like something that you want to be a part of, then don't come and tell me that you don't want to come. Don't just show up, get drunk, and ignore what I wanted to do, because like then everybody else is like, oh yeah, we'll just get drunk and ignore everything. And that's basically what happened, you know, on the last one I tried to do. I'm sorry, it's just rude. It's just rude. Like I said, you're not required to participate in something that you don't want to, but if you know that it's not something that you're into, don't just show up and make up your own rules and disregard what the host had in mind and just completely ruin it for the host in their own home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't, it just, I don't know. I have strong opinions about how people should interact with each other, clearly, because I don't understand. I don't get it. And I don't get how people don't pick up on stuff either. Like, you really didn't notice the host and one of the residents of the home sitting there bored, miserable, like not engaging, like just sitting there. Like, you didn't notice? Like, nobody noticed that and went, oh, Leah, you look like you're not having a good time. Like, hey, let's do something fun. What's something that you had planned for us? Like, nobody freaking noticed. Like, they were so caught up in getting drunk and doing their own thing. No one noticed that I was just sitting there, not saying a word, not moving, like, not participating. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, we, and by we, I mean the quiet, awkward, introverted people, like, we are expected to accommodate everybody else and get out of our comfort zone, and you know, we should talk more and we should do this and we should do that. Why? Why, remind me, why we have to pretend to be extroverted to appease the extroverts? Like, why don't they come to our side for a change? Like, why can't they go, oh, you know what, I don't need to be super loud and obnoxious tonight. You know what, let's do what you want to do so that you're comfortable and you actually have fun for once in a social gathering. People are so rude too about like games and things. Like, I just really would like to do games, and for some reason every adult that I know around here is like, oh my god, board games are so lame. Games are so lame unless it's a drinking game and then we can do it. I'm like, dude, like, people play games, you know, that's why they make them. They're not just for children. Adults play games and they are capable of doing it without getting hammered. I don't know if it's just the culture here. Well, I know it's the culture here. Everybody has a problem and they won't admit it. We went to a Halloween party, JJ and I did, when we first got together. And that's why I wanted to have my own, because I was like, okay, this Halloween party was terrible. This wasn't even a Halloween party. Let's have our own and it'll be fun. It'll be more what I would expect from a Halloween party, you know? Because the one that we went to, I'm still surprised and shocked by this. It was given by a married adult couple who were actually older than us, okay? They had kids our age, okay? Or close to our age anyway. So, you know, we went there and it was a bunch of adults. Like, I know that technically me and JJ qualify as adults, but I mean, like, these were adults, like, you know, established grown-ups, you know, who were like retired and, you know, or getting close to retirement or whatever, and had, you know, houses and could go on vacations and had grown kids and stuff like that, like adults, right? So we go over there and literally I sat in one spot at a table for like 3 hours, maybe 4. It was a very long night. Didn't move the whole time because the Halloween party, like, yeah, people were in costume, but it was basically like drinking games, one right after the other. It was like, we'll play a game and then get drunk and then play another game and get more drunk. And it wasn't even like playing games. It was just like, honestly, I don't know how to describe it. It wasn't fun. Like, we literally just like passed one thing around the whole room and there were like so many people, you know, it was like 20 minutes before you got to your turn. So you were just like sitting there and then everybody was just like doing shots. And I was like, there was one other girl there who wasn't drinking and we were at the same table and we were both so miserable. We just kept looking at each other like, please kill us now. Like, this is terrible. Like, so I was like, what is this? Like, what is this? Like, is this what you people do here? Is this what you do? I don't understand. Like, I was so miserable, and that's why I wanted to have my own party, so that it would be like an actual Halloween party. And then of course it just, you know, the guests made it into another one of those things where they just stood there and drank. Like, there weren't even any games. Like, they just stood there and drank, and I was like, I don't know how we got onto this, but yeah, I don't get people. I just, like, what is wrong with having fun? Like, do people not have fun anymore? And, you know, you get judged so hard if you aren't a partier. You know, they're like, oh, you must be so much fun at parties. I'm like, yeah, I'm the life of the party because I don't show up. I stay home, you know. These people just, they get so judgy if you don't drink or don't do like the partying thing, or you're not like completely disgustingly minded. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not judging people right now. I'm just saying it's bullcrap, because like, you know, you can have fun without being hammered. I'm sorry, but you know, like, are you just that boring and dull that you have to be hammered to enjoy your life? Like, I just don't get it. There's like the dirty games, you know, like Cards Against Humanity. Okay, when I see advertisements for that, you know, it looks fun. I'm like, oh, this could be funny and clever and whatever. You know, and then I actually played it once with a group of people, of course, who were drinking, you know, why wouldn't they be? And found out that it's actually incredibly vulgar, and I was not having it. I was not happy with that. Like, I was in a room full of new people who were all drinking, and of course I don't drink, so I was just sitting there, and then they pulled out this freaking Cards Against Humanity, and I had to say the most atrocious things ever just because I had to read this little card, and I was so not having it. I was so uncomfortable. I was just so uncomfortable with having to say these incredibly vulgar things, like in a room of people I didn't know, and it wasn't funny to me. It's not my sense of humor, and it just made me uncomfortable. Like, nobody cared, you know, nobody cared. I was the party pooper because I refused to say things, I'm not even gonna repeat them, but it's just terrible, terrible things that just weren't funny. They just weren't funny. It wasn't fun. Everybody was just drunk and acting like an idiot, you know, and we had to say all these nasty things, and I don't get it. But like, yeah, it's not like the TV shows where there's one person who's not enjoying themselves and people are actually like, oh, you know what, this one person isn't having fun, you know, let's do something to accommodate them so that they don't feel excluded. You know, that doesn't happen in real life. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it really doesn't. They just pretend like you're not even there. And yeah, not once has anybody ever like gone, oh, let's accommodate the person who's clearly not having fun. Like, no, let's ignore the person who's not having fun because they're bringing us down. And that's the way it is. That's reality, folks. So yeah, I just kind of gave up on the whole socializing thing. I'm just like, whatever. Like, I don't expect an entire room of people to accommodate one person. Like, I get that's a little unreasonable. But like, you know, it's just not cool that you always are that one person who is always excluded and like nobody cares and nobody notices. And even if you try your best to do things in a fun way that's fun for you, that could also be fun for everybody else, if they weren't so hell-bent on staying in their comfort zone, thank you very much. See, it works both ways. It should, but it doesn't. Nobody wants to try out your thing to have fun, you know, and think, oh, this might be fun. Let's play a board game and actually stay sober. Like, that could be fun. Let's try it. No, they're so hell-bent on staying in their comfort zone. They want to yank you out of yours because that's the easiest thing for them to do. And it's like, dude, I've been living my life in your comfort zone, okay? Can you just give me a break for a chance so I can be happy on this earth for like 5 seconds? Wow, that turned into a thing. Oh my god. Anyway, I feel very strongly about this, clearly. So this is why I've given up on like other humans. It just never works out. It has not worked out once to date. I mean, again, there have been people that I can spend a little bit of time around and it goes fine, but it's like the longer I know them, the worse it goes and doesn't actually pan out. I think that's why in my pajama talk video I said I'm afraid of making friends, and that's why I'm afraid of making friends, because like it will go well for a little while and then it goes quickly awry, and then I get disappointed and I get hurt and bad things happen, and I'm just like, well, I knew this was gonna happen. And it's like every single time. So it's like I don't have the nads to try it again and over and over and over and over and over. And I'm really bummed that I have so much black hair dye left over. I should have sectioned it off, but I thought I'd be using all of it. But anyway, well, that was interesting. Interesting side rant. You guys got a full rant video out of that. I'm sorry. Sorry about the water. I'm gonna let this sit for a bit and then rinse, and then we're gonna come back and see what it looks like. Here's hoping. Remind me what I said about if I put the red on my gray roots without bleaching it, and if it turns pink, I'm gonna be pissed. It's pink. I know it's hard to see. It's weird in this light. The orange came out kind of orange. I know what I said about this vantage point, but I'm gonna swing you over because the light right here. It's really early. It's not light enough outside yet to do natural light. It's like 6 in the morning. So yeah, the orange, it looks orange. It doesn't, it looks more red in this light. I don't know, but this is definitely pink. It came out pink like I said it would. So whatever, it doesn't matter. My hair is dyed again. The black is back in business. It's not gray. I don't look like a grandma, and that's really all I cared about. So we have like a red orange situation and some pink on top. I hate pink. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's what we got. Thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry about that random rant. I hope I didn't come off like a douche, but yeah, that's just how I feel about stuff, I guess. So thank you guys for hanging out with me once again on this wonderful hair dyeing adventure in the wee morning hours of whatever day it even is. I don't know. I don't know what day it is anymore. This whole night schedule thing has got me. So as always, watch out for the sheep. Don't forget to check out my new Halloween candles on Underworld Connection. Please, they're awesome, I promise you. They're real good. I make them real good for you, especially for you. Spooky. All right, vlog phrase of the day is pink sucks. I'll see y'all next time. I love you so much. Okay, bye.